The views and opinions expressed on The Reuben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online.
Right now, something is shifting. The conversations are louder, the stakes are higher, and the silence, it's over. This is where bold ideas meet real accountability, where culture is examined, not avoided, where perspectives collide, something and truth is tested in real time. We don't hide behind headlines. We don't run from discomfort. We step into it. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in confrontation. It happens when voices rise. It happens when someone is willing to say what others won't. Tonight, we challenge narratives. We question assumptions. We elevate the conversation. This is more than talk. This is impact. This is The Reuben Armstrong Show. And now, your host, Reuben Armstrong.
Hello, and welcome to the Reuben Armstrong Show. Real talk, real truth, and the conversation most people are afraid to have. Tonight is Freaky Friday. That's right, Freaky Friday. And this is a special broadcast because we are testing the stream and the studio before the official launch of the show. So if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, jump in the chat and let me know where you're watching from. Now, tonight, we're talking about something real, something almost everybody have experienced, but a lot of people don't like to admit. Why is it that some people only remember you exist when they need something? You don't hear from them 1 month, 2 months, 4 months, or 5 months, or several years down the line. But the moment they need money, the moment they need help or a favor, suddenly your phone ring, bing down, the doorbell ring. And it's always starts, hey, how you doing? How you been? But deep down, you already know what the call or the doorbell visit means. Because some people don't want friendship. They want access to your time, access to your help, access to your resources. So tonight, I want to ask you a real question. Have you ever loaned someone money and never gotten it back? Jump in the chat and tell me, have you ever had someone in your life who only called when they needed something? Let's talk about it. You're tuning into the Reuben Armstrong Show. We have a guest on the line today, Carson Pathea, North Carolina. We are going to discuss, is this real friendship or is this fake friendship? Let's bring Carson on the line right now. Carson, welcome to the Reuben Armstrong Show. Good afternoon.
Thanks for having me, Reuben.
Glad to have you. Carson, it's just so weird that sometimes we think we have friends and then suddenly these friends leave. Then all of a sudden they start calling you back. And when they call you, well, Carson, it's just talking off the chain. What are your thoughts when they ask you for money or what they're asking you for?
Well, I remember when I was a teenager, a guy stole $20 from me. And my mama registered in her pocketbook and gave me $20. She said, it's worth me you losing $20. For do you realize everybody you think is your friend is not your friend? She said, you'll be lucky in your whole life to have one real friend. And she was right.
She's right. I want to remind everyone you tune into the Ruben Armstrong Show. Today's show is only a test. I just dropped the link down there for so if there anyone who wants to join in the show and give their comments or their views or opinion on the show, so therefore they can talk about it. So, you know, this is what pisses me the hell out is when people think that, oh, I can just call Ruben. You haven't talked to me in 10 years, but all of a sudden you want to call me. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Get it out. Get it out. What are you calling me for? Just tell me. Don't call me and say, oh, well, are you in pain? What the hell are you doing? Well, my lights got turned off. I was wondering if you can help me. Okay. Did you pray about it? Did you ask the church about it? Did you talk? I mean, how many other people did you call before you called me? If you exhaust all of your means.
But they don't want to come straight out and ask you. They got to make a little small talk. Because somebody call you, say, hey, can you loan me such and such? They figure the answer going to be no. So they're going to start out small and get a rapport going. Then they're going to drop the hammer on you.
Right. You mean talk a lot of bullshit first and then talk what they want to talk. The real reason.
How many people do you help only need help one time? Very few. Very few.
But the crazy thing about it, Carson, if you help them one time, it's like it's never ending. Oh, next month, something comes up. Next month, 2 weeks.
ATM machine.
Yeah, we're walking ATM machines.
Mm-hmm.
That's why sometimes it's good. I mean, here's the thing. Why do people disappear when they need something? Why they only appear when they need something?
Because they don't need you. You're no use to them if you're not giving them something.
Mm-hmm. So this is the way society has become.
Yeah, it's been like that, but they was a little slicker with it. Now they don't care. And you think about it. If you loan somebody 20, they want 500. You give them 50. They might pay that back. Then they build themselves up until they get a certain amount of money out of you, and they ain't gonna pay it back. But as long as you keep you, it ain't gonna hurt you to lose $50. So I loan them the 50. If they don't pay that back, I have no problem telling them no. My uncle told me a long time ago, if it's yours, you earned it, it's yours, tell them no. They have no reason to get mad about it because it's not theirs. But they will get mad if you don't do something for them. And that's what's crazy to me. My granddad told me one time, you could be walking down the street with a bag of money, $100 million of money. You stop a man, you never seen him before in your life. You open the bag up, his eyes get big. He see all them $100 bills. You reach down in there and give him $1 million. He turned his head, no, I want $2 million. But you giving it to him. It's not his. But he just greedy and want more because you got it.
Wow. It seems like this is a major concern. The question I'm asking everyone, is it okay to say no when a friend asks for money? Is it okay? Like if you have a good friend and a friend come to you and say, you know, I need some help. Can you help me? Is it okay to say no or just help them?
Hell yeah. No is one of my favorite words.
Yeah,
but you know, some people is legitimate, and then some people just want to use you. But somebody that you never had no issue with before, and they're a good person, I don't mind loaning them some money. But like I say, that's opening the faucet. They're gonna keep coming back most of the time.
But have you noticed once you loan them some money, and do they ever pay you back, or do they come missing again?
Oh, they're gonna go missing until they need you again. And matter of fact, they might come back and pay you. Well, to me, in common sense, you would pay the money back. And like you say, they're going to build up till they need even more money. I think most people are legitimate, but then some people see where you at, and they feel like that should be them. That, oh, he's doing good. I remember he used to do this. He shouldn't have. He just got lucky. Or his family is the reason why.
You get a phone call. Turn that phone off here. we are on live. For those who just joined us, you're tuning to the Ruben Armstrong Show. Just log into the show. The website is www.rubenarmstrongshow.com. And you know, while you're on this site, you can watch some clips of some past shows and see what we're talking about. We have a new website, www.therubenarmstrongshow.com. And also, just remind you, the book, that's coming out April the 21st, the new book that's coming out April the 21st. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is collecting. That book is available on Amazon. And you know how I am. I like to talk about controversial issues, about how the churches are fleecing the flock. We're going to talk about that on a few shows down the line. Okay, a few shows down the line, we're going to talk about the scams and the lies that these pastors are doing. Also, of course, I'm going to be talking about in the next couple of weeks before we launch this book in April, that there are so many pastors are having more sex with the parishioners than they're having with their own spouse. And that's what we're going to talk about, how these pastors are living lavish lifestyles. I don't want to talk about that today. We're going to talk about what is going on with friendship and loaning money out to different people. You tune into the Ruben Armstrong Show. Of course, let's get you back on the air and talk about, since you get all these damn personal calls here. You know, I'm gonna tell you, I'm drinking a little glass of wine, you know. So I'm drinking some red wine. They tell me it's very healthy for you. Do you drink wine?
Nope. I ain't had no alcohol since I got drunk one time and I gave it up. And plus they tell me I'm crazy enough not to be drinking.
Yeah, this is Freaky Friday. Welcome to the show. I'm going to drop the link into the chat box. You can chat with me live, and you can request to be on the show. I get you on the show if you got any comments or any questions or ideas about what we're talking about. Now, Carson, let me ask you a question. Do you think loaning money to a friend, will that run the friendship of that with that person?
Amen. If it's a real friend, it won't. Because that real friend gonna pay you back.
Mm-hmm. Well, how many people have real friends out there?
Not many. My first cousin in Atlanta had a big contract cutting grass for Marta. He borrowed money from his mother's friend. It's like $70,000 to $80,000 for his friend. The guy didn't pay the money back, and he was a church guy. He said he was real upset about it. He hadn't heard from the guy in months. The guy called him one day. He said, "Man, I need to talk to you. Come and meet me." He said he automatically knew. The guy said, "Look, man, I ain't got your money." He said when he got there, the man handed him a paper. He said, "Sign that." He said, "What?" He said, "Sign that." He didn't know what it was. The guy gave him almost $1 million contract, subcontracted on him from the city of Atlanta. And he said, now, if I would have raised hell with that guy about not paying me that money back, I would have never got that contract. But he didn't think the man was going to pay him back, but he did. But that's rare. And don't let it be a woman. You know she ain't paying you back.
Hey, we got some. They may pay you back, but in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. They may pay little assets by sex or backing that ass up.
Yes.
That's what we back that ass up. So that So what you're saying is, if you borrow money from a woman, borrowed money from you, there's a chance that they're not going to pay you back 99%, but they can back that ass up and try to, and pay you back that way. So they pay you back in a different form of cash. What's wrong with the chat? It won't let me do no chat type. I don't know. This again, I want to remind everyone, this is definitely just a what you call it? It's a test show. Yeah. My producers. A pilot test before the real launch of the show. So we're working out the kinks. My producers wanted me to do this show just to work out the kinks that we have. So we're going to see what's going on with that. But you're not able to chat. We're going to see what's.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online.
The views and opinions expressed on The Ruben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your Pastor Is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online.
Right now, something is shifting. The conversations are louder, the stakes are higher, and the silence, it's over. This is where bold ideas meet real accountability, where culture is examined, not avoided, where perspectives collide, something and truth is tested in real time. We don't hide behind headlines. We don't run from discomfort. We step into it. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in confrontation. It happens when voices rise. It happens when someone is willing to say what others won't. Tonight, we challenge narratives. We question assumptions. We elevate the conversation. This is more than talk. This is impact. This is the Ruben Armstrong Show. And now, your host, Ruben Armstrong.
We're going to be talking about, should we loan money to friends or should we loan money to family? So the point is, and Carson, you made a very good point. Let me bring you back on the air. You made a very good point about if women borrow money. Now, it may not be all true, but I understand that if women borrow money, 99% of the chance that they're not going to give you that money back. So what they do, they drop it like it's hot. They back it up. They don't pay the money back in form of the money, what you call it in Spanish, efectivo. They don't give you the cash money or credit card. They pay it by what? Dropping it like a hot or backing it up. We got a few people on the line. I want to welcome everyone to the show today. First of all, I want to welcome everyone to the show again. We're talking about loaning money to family or friends. And because go ahead and tell what you're going to say.
Well, my uncle told me a long time ago, you don't know the difference what a woman look like or what she shaped like. And somebody want her. So she knows she can do something to pay that debt off. She might have to work double time, but she gonna pay that debt. I mean, that's a woman's nature. You think about it. I stopped at a restaurant today. The girl was gorgeous. I said, give me that number. She said, I give you my cash app. Never seen her before in my life.
Oh.
I give you my cash app. I couldn't help her.
Money. How about that money?
Now she was cute. Now I might have gave her $40-$50.
Cut it out.
Down payment.
Oh shit! We got some women on the chat today. So y'all welcome to join us. Y'all welcome to join us live. You don't have to come on video. I can cut the video off. But we got right about 479 people that is listening. This is a last minute show. No one knew about the show. We just posted the show like an hour ago, or probably 45 minutes ago, because my producers wanted to test out the stream and work on all the problems that we have before we launch on March the 16th, which is going to be a very controversial show. We're going to be talking about threesomes. On March the 16th, be ready. We're going to talk about threesome. Is it okay to have a threesome? If your significant other wants a threesome, is it going to damage the relationship or it's going to elevate the relationship? We're going to talk about that on March the 16th. You look kind of shocked there. We're going to keep this shit alive. We're going to keep this shit alive. We're going to keep it real, unfiltered, unapologetic. That's how we're going to do it on this show. We're not going to give a damn what no one say. And this is how we're going to do it. So you got a show idea or anything like that, send us an email and remind you to log on to the website, www.RubenArmstrongShow.com. So how do you handle people who only call when they need something? Carson, tell me what you think. How do you handle that? When somebody only call when they need something, but the crazy thing, let's talk about it. When they need something, be specific. Not because they want sex. Because if you give them sex, they're gonna want what? They might want some of that money. But let's talk about the money part with that.
If
When they call
somebody's
you need
calling
something.
me out of the blue that I don't normally talk to, I know that's what they want. I just ignore the call most of the time. But now you got a child. Sometimes even though I got one child, she always needs something, and she the only one out the group. And I don't mind helping her out, but that's just one. The other two, they ain't asking for nothing. But like I say, if somebody calling you out the blue, either something bad done happen or they need money, and it's usually this.
Got their hands out.
Like I said, I don't mind telling somebody no, I can't do it. Matter of fact, I had a good friend. She lives in Richmond, Virginia. I sent her $250 for something one time. She retired. I see her on Facebook and Instagram on vacations. She called me one day. She need $1,200 that day. She had to move.
What the hell?
You retired and you on vacation, and she never paid back the $250, $350 I gave her. So I had no problem at all telling her no. The end of last year, she sent me a message when she says, "This your Cash App?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "I'm gonna send you that money. I ain't got it yet." I guess it's on the back of a snail walking here from Virginia.
And it never got there yet, huh?
So if she won't pay back $250, why would you pay back $1,200?
Okay.
The thing, don't bite the hand that feeds you, because you
never know.
You can't come back here for no money. Yeah. I mean, I'll take you out to eat, but I won't give you no money. Mm-hmm. Never.
So the question is, so should you only give money that you can afford or to lose? Because sometimes once you give it, just be prepared, it's not going to return. You're never going to see it again. So sometimes you just need to give it and think about it. I'm giving this to you, because if you use the word you borrow or you loan or anything like that, you may just be prepared. You're not going to see it again. Unless you got these women out there backing that ass up and paying you that way.
Well, Ruben, what did you tell me one time when they asked you for something? Who would you get it from if you didn't know me?
Exactly. So I guess let's go more in depth in that, because some people that's listening to the broadcast today might not understand. Say, for example, you meet someone today. A month later, they say, "Hey, Carson, can I borrow $150 from you?" Okay, so what was you doing before you and I met?
Yep.
Okay, you survived, right? You survived. So what was you doing before? Let's continue doing the same thing. Whatever you was doing before, if you was backing that ass up, if you was dropping like a hot, or even on the strip pole, if you was out there on the strip pole, dancing at Magic City in Atlanta, Georgia, boom, 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 making it clap. If you got that making it clap, you continue and go back to making it clap instead of asking me for it.
Hey, use what you got to get what you want.
Hey, they say they ain't tricking if you got it. So the question is, I want to ask everyone, should you lend money to friends and family? Should you lend money to friends and family? Would that ruin the family relationship? Will it run a family, it would cause problems in your family? Or would it cause problems with your friend, with y'all depart? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, Ruben, with the family is different. At least they related to you. But somebody you barely know, you might have had some dealings with, when they borrow money, it hits different. Now, you can forgive, especially your child. "Dad, I need to borrow $200. The child ain't paying the money back. That's a gift. Well, look, I worked the job one night, and this guy always needed $1 too. So he told the guy, he said, "You got change for a 20. Nobody ain't got no change for the 20 on 2 or 3 days for payday." And he said, "Well, no. Well, let me borrow $1. The guy says, "Show me the 20. He ain't got it.
Ain't got it. That's a lot of bull. Let's take a break. I got to make sure I put this.
The views and opinions expressed on the Ruben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online.
That's right. Carson, I just want to say a couple of things though. You just seen the commercial about God don't need your money. I want to make sure that everybody know that April the 21st, this book will be released. God don't need your money. And it's about tithes and offering. Okay. It's about tithes and offering. Tithes and offering is nothing but a scam. The pastors are living lavish lifestyles, going to the strip club, watching women back that ass up on your money that you give him. But then you don't have food or you don't have water in your house to take care of your own family. But you're out there thinking that, oh, give and God will give back. People give all their damn lives and have nothing to show for it. Some guys, I don't want to talk about this today. Lord Jesus, help me on the Friday night. I don't want to talk about this, the pimps in the pulpit tonight. Let's go back to this. I don't want to talk about it.
Wait a minute,
I don't want to
Ruben.
talk about it because I hear so much bullshit with these pastors out here.
Well, I heard a guy say the other day, how can you go be a pastor and become rich?
Because they're preaching the prosperity gospel. They preaching the get rich scheme. Oh, you give $10,000. You get in this line right here. You give $10,000 and watch how God just bless you with this miracle and all your bills are paid. Your house is bigger. You buy. But who's living a lavish lifestyle? The pastors are living a lifestyle. They don't want, and we as parishioners are being hoodwinked and bamboozled by these pimps in the pulpit. It's nothing but a scam. That's nothing to say about you got to give your money to the church.
Well,
you don't have to give your money to the church, to these pimps.
Why does a preacher need a haircut twice a week?
To get the women in the church.
When the guy told me he cuts this preacher's hair twice a week. I say, what? He said, yep, twice a week.
Yeah, because the preacher got to look good for the women in the church. They got to look good for women in the church. I don't want to talk about the church much, but they got to look good for the women in the church. Because some women, and people can say what they want, they need a man figure in their lives. So they go to the church and say, Pastor, I got marriage problems. I got this going on. And the pastor say, let me just lay hands on you. Okay. Oh. Lay them hands. You know what happened then? It's gonna be some what? It's gonna be some what's on the table in the pastor's office. Somebody's gonna be laying on the pastor's table.
You ever seen
some holy hands?
You ever been in the pastor's office? He didn't have a couch in there.
Oh, never have.
My uncle told me that one day. I said, why? He said he might have to lay hands on him, and it's more comfortable on the couch.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it, though. Let's talk about it. Just remember that book is coming out April the 21st. You can log on to the website, www.rubenarmstrongshow.com. We're talking about right now about money. Anybody want to chime in and talk about what we're talking about? We got, right now, this is a test broadcast today. So this is not really a show. We're just talking about some things tonight. This is not really a show. This is only a test. My producers wanted me to do this show tonight just to work out the kinks of the show, the audio, the video, the chat, and work out those kinks before we go live. Because on March the 16th, we're talking about threesomes. And we want to make sure, a threesome is running the relationship, or it's going to elevate the relationship, or what happens if your significant others ask for a threesome and you say no. Do that partner goes out and finds someone else to back that ass up, or that partner go to the strip club to get satisfaction? Just tell me what your thoughts on that, Carson, since that was brought up. What's your thoughts on that?
I ain't never been in a real threesome, but I know if I was married, I don't think I want my wife, unless it was another woman, not no other man.
Okay, wait, hold a minute. So it's okay for you to benefit
Yeah, I'm the
and not
man.
let her.
Yeah, I'm the man.
Okay. So what about if she says she's the woman?
Well, her opinion don't count. Ain't the
Well,
man the head of the ship, the head of the household?
the head of the household, but maybe y'all. Well, here's the thing though. So because now people are inviting third parties in the relationship. People are, I want what? I want to add another party. I want to, you're not, they don't want to say it in so many words, you're not satisfying me in a sexual way. But what they say, if they ask for another third party or another person to join into the bedroom, maybe that's a sign to tell you, maybe I'm not getting satisfied. I mean, what do you think about that?
I never thought about that. Or maybe they just straight freaks.
They do have some freaks. Hey, but maybe they go to one of these churches because maybe one of these, the churches got more freaks in the church than in the streets. You got
Where do old hoes go?
they go to the church.
Amen. But Ruben, I always heard whatever you are, that's what you are. You heard drug addicts say, look, I was strung out on crack. I haven't done it in years, but I'm still an addict. So that's still in you. You might not be acting on it. That's just like a man happily married. He walking through a mall with his wife. She might be the prettiest thing with him, but he see a woman coming up and walking by with a nice butt, and he'll peek back and look. He still got that hoe in him, even though he got a good wife and he's trying to be dedicated, but it's still in you.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the chat right here. Anyone is welcome to join in. You can come on live, talk about it. I know there's a lot of women on the show that's listening right now. They probably be mad at us. They might be mad at us, and it's okay. I really don't give a damn if you're mad or not. I'm just going to keep it real, and this is what I like about my show is that we're going to keep it real. It's non-filtered. You can say what the hell you want on this show, and just keep it real because I talk about things that people don't want to talk about, that people are thinking, but they're not. They're not talking. They may be whispering, but they're not talking about it.
I don't think they don't want to talk about it. They scared to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Because what might happen, or their significant other, or what the backlash that may come out of it. Yeah, I can see that happening.
You remember like the old comedians like Richard Pryor and all, they said anything. Now, if you say something, you get canceled. It's so much money involved, so they scared to say something that people ain't going to agree with or call controversy. But you say you're here for controversy, though, right?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm about that life. I'm about that life. You know what I'm saying? I'm about it. So whatever comes to me, I can address it. I'm about it. So you got to be on this show. You got to be about that life. Yeah. About it. If you ain't about it, don't come with it. Come clean or stay away nasty. That's what we do over here. That's where it's going to be running over here. But anyway, Carson, now let's go back to what's going on. I just want to talk about what's going on in Louisiana, where this mayor in a small town of Louisiana, where there's been making news, headline news, this mayor that had sex with a young child. They convicted her the last 3 or 4 days ago. They convicted her of having sex with a young child. So that tells me now she's an older lady now because she was the mayor. She probably in her 40s. She's not a bad looking freak. She's not a bad looking freak. So I just don't understand why would she want to rape a young child that's growing up that don't know he's probably, still wet behind the ears, they say back in the days. That don't know what's going on.
He was somewhere else wet too. But look, the boy was 16.
Okay. So you know about it. So you in North Carolina.
I read the headline the other day. It was a party. The boy was 16, and the woman's son seen her. They made him testify and her nephew because both of them said they didn't actually see the penetration, but that's what they thought was going on. So that probably wasn't her. You think about it. She brave enough to have sex with her son's friend, with her son and her nephew at the same house.
Now that's a freak. That's a freak.
That thing was hot. She had to have.
That's a freak. She's a freak. I want to check the news out. What the news saying about this freak, this mayor out there in Louisiana. Oh, her name is Misty Roberts. She's found guilty of having sex with teen. So she must have had, let me read. It's out of DeRidder, Louisiana. Okay, DeRidder, Louisiana is a small town in Louisiana, very small. The jury has found Misty Roberts guilty of having sex with a minor at a 2024 house party while she was mayor. So she was mayor. Okay, she was mayor of the city of DeRidder, but she was found guilty. The jury deliberated for less than about an hour, reaching a verdict. Oh, she's 43 years old. The boy was 16. You're right. She was 16. That boy was 16 years old.
What's the age of consent in Louisiana?
In the United States, it should be 18 across the board.
North Carolina is 16.
What?
Age of consent is 16. But
bullshit.
I'm serious. But
you telling me at 16?
Age of consent is 16. But I know at a school it's illegal because you're an authority figure. And maybe if the person works for you, it might be illegal. But I know for sure it's illegal at a school if you're a teacher or administrator at school. But Alexa, what's the age of consent in North Carolina?
Oh, you're gonna ask Alexis. Oh, okay.
The age of consent in North Carolina is 16 years old.
16.
Oh, 16. Yeah. So at age, okay, so make sure you understand. So at age 16, you can have consensual sex. Another person, long they're not a high authority, can have consensual sex at age 16. God damn it, are we in a foreign country? Are we in the Philippines or Thailand?
Well, I remember it's been some years ago that you could still get married under the age of 16 if your parents signed for it.
Okay, that's back in the days.
I don't think that's right, but hell, look, you see a 16-year-old look like she's 30 years old. Look, my brother said one time, some girl with a bad body, and they got the man charged with statutory rape. So he said, if I was the lawyer, I'll stand up and say, Yana, have her stand up. And so the victim stands up. He said, Yana, look at that girl. You trying to tell me you wouldn't have got that too?
Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. Oh, I got to say this.
The views and opinions expressed on the Ruben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online.
Right now.
Carson, I want to share something I just looked up. I want to share a screen of what's going on here. Let me see if I can get this out. If of this lady, this 43-year-old white mayor that is a freak, and and what she did, she went and did some stuff. Let's see. Let's talk about it. Let's see. This is in DeRidder, Louisiana. Yeah, well, she's walked. Is that her? Yeah, that's the freak back there in the back.
All them notebooks.
Yeah, in that bag. In that bag. That's in DeRidder, Louisiana. Yeah. Well, she bonded out. She was found guilty on this day. 46-year-old white freak mayor out of DeRidder, in the small town of DeRidder, Louisiana, was found guilty of a 60-year-old. Let's see what's going on here. She's not a bad-looking lady. She's not, and that's why I don't understand. Yeah, and I'm not understanding why would she even take a chance.
She's a freak. You said she's a freak. She like that power she got over that little 16-year-old boy.
All right, fellas.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Okay, yeah. So that's the video. So let's see what's going. Let's see something. Yeah. So that's what's going on over there.
Wait a minute. What's the age, Alexa? What's the age of consent in Louisiana?
Louisiana
it say?
consent is 17 years old.
If she'd have waited one more year, she'd have been all right.
So in Louisiana, it's 17 years old in Louisiana consent. Well, that wouldn't work because she was married too as well. So that may play a part where she couldn't be get freaky.
Well, I know if you can't, if it's at the school, it's automatic. If you're in the school, you're working you in the prison, it's different rules. But yeah, she just couldn't wait.
Yeah, let me see. We also heard closing arguments from both the defense and the prosecution assistant district attorney Charles Robertson. So this is a 46-year-old lady. We're talking about this lady. She was a mayor, and she must have got that liquor. She must have got that drink in her system. I don't know if she's drinking. It was a and part of it. Hey, you got to get down. You got to get down dirty and nasty at parties sometime. She just screwed up and did it with a minor. But then I understood, and you said yourself, that she wanted her son to beat the boy that did this to her.
Well, after she was charged.
Well, after she was charged. No, during the time of the party. The time of the party, I think.
Why?
I don't know. Johnson went on to say, this is breaking news to me. I don't keep up with small news. This is real small news. What's going on? I'm just being real. Listen, this the stuff that goes on in Louisiana, in DeRidder, Louisiana, that's small stuff. I don't want to talk about that really small stuff. But since it's making headline news, I can talk about it. It's okay to talk about it because it's bullshit. But she was charged with corner knowledge to juveniles, and it carries up to 10 years in prison. And with wild indecent behavior carries a sentence up to 7 years in prison. So she would be required to register as a tier 1 sex offender as well. So so she was convicted of this charge. But that's a small town in Louisiana. Small news, but I'm talking about it. Because she looked like a real pretty freak. But the problem is she was the mayor. She used that against her advantage. She got drunk or something at the party. And then all of a sudden, she had sex with a 16-year-old. She should be punished for that. She's not in a foreign damn country.
Why is it always a white woman?
Because white women are freaks. And that's why we're going to talk about next week on the 16th, a threesome. White women are freaks. White people are freaks. I mean, it's nothing prejudice, nothing wrong with that. If that's what your cup of tea is and be a freak, it's okay.
Well, you remember they had the pretty school teacher that time, and her lawyer says, Your Honor, she's too pretty to go to prison. Somebody take advantage of her. But it won't her taking advantage of the young boy. And they had the other lady where she got pregnant by the boy, went to prison, got out, married the boy, had another baby by him. He must have really put it on her.
Oh, Lord Jesus of fire. Oh, Lord Jesus. But that's what's going on.
I'm not racist, but the majority of the time, well over 90%, it's a white woman.
Yeah. And I know I'm not racist because I got a lot of white friends. I love them to death. I talk to them all the time. So race is not going to be a big issue on this deal, me. But it's just a woman that was freaky in that small town of DeRidder. So, Carson, let me ask you a question. Another thing I want to talk about, we're just going to touch base on, is that are we losing our American men to foreign country? Are American men traveling to foreign country because American women is not satisfying their significant other spouse, and they're going to other countries like Dominican Republic, Thailand, Philippines, Colombia, Africa, Jamaica, and getting satisfied and being treated like a king? Is this a growing concern in the United States where we're losing our men to foreign women?
It's a concern with the women. It ain't the men. The men are the one having the fun.
Yeah. What? Let me say this though. But not only the men is having the fun, because now women if you ever travel out the country, and I know you travel a lot out the country. Do you see now women are traveling to Jamaica, Spain, and they are going to be with other men from foreign countries as well and looking for younger men. So let's talk about the men part of it first.
Well, like I said, I love American black women. If I had a choice and me and the woman was compatible, I'd choose a black woman every time. Every time, no doubt about it. Well, she ain't got to be black. the thing is, when you go to another country, you know it. You like a movie star. When they hear that English, the panties start dropping. Pussy get wet.
The views and opinions expressed on The Ruben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
But put that disclaimer out there.
Yeah.
You know, we keep it alive. I had to
Oh,
put
I'm
that
sorry,
disclaimer out
my
there.
bad, I forgot. But look, you think about it. Ruben, think how many times you in Dominican Republic, you never seen this person before. She looking at how you dress. You ain't even got to be talking. She automatically know that you're not from that country. And they see dollar signs. Now, some of them are legitimate. They looking for a good man, just like you might be looking for a good woman. But the majority of them are thinking about money. Because you think about it. Like I said, I'd rather be with an American woman. But if you got to choose between a beautiful American woman and a beautiful woman, say Venezuela, Colombia, if you got the same they got the same thing to offer as the American woman, most of the time you're going with the person from your country.
So also I've been noticing there's let's see something. We got some chats in here. Oh, we got some people chatting right here. Oh, hey Bobby, how you doing? We got Bobby on the line, right? He's chatting. Bobby, if you want to join the live, click on in. I don't if you're married, I don't want your wife to get all upset with me and say, hey, I'm going to kick Ruben ass. Because I got enough people want to kick my ass now because I keep it 100. And that's the only way to do it. You keep it 100. Keep it real. People are thinking about something. People are whispering, but we're talking about it. We're talking about this shit because shit need to be talked about, you know? So, but Carson, here's another thing, a question. There's many men that travel out of the country and then they get married to, for example, a Filipino or someone from Africa or another place, another foreign country, but then they bring them back to the United States. Now, but when they bring them back to the United States, they're on your territory because they're foreigners, so they're on your territory. You're 100% responsible for what they're doing and their action. But does the relationship and the marriage, is there a difference from when they're in their country or when they arrive in our country in the United States?
In the beginning, it'll be the same because they don't know the ropes. But just as soon as a guy told me one time, the worst thing you can do is bring a woman here from their country and introduce them to somebody from their country because they're gonna tell them the scoop. Oh yeah, you everything he owned, you own half of. And then you're gonna see that change. Unless you got a really good one, she's gonna do a 360 on. She's gonna be a whole nother person.
So why is that? Do you think that they have people they know in the United States and they just using us American men to get married just to get over the United States legally?
I'm sure some of them are. Some of them are legit. You know, they care about you and want to be with you. But I don't know if it's true or not. But somebody told me that a guy here, he was a Dominican. He married a girl in Dominican Republic, brought her here. Just as soon as she got here and got her green card, she left him and went to a guy in New York that she had been seeing and dealing with for years. She just played him.
She played them. You think she just lied and say, oh, and most of the women, you know, I've traveled foreign countries myself, and most of the women tell you, oh, I don't have anybody. But I want to tell the people that are watching the show that this is nothing that we're talking about that's unusual. This is happening in the United States as well, because is it better to get a foreign woman? I know, and I understand what you said. You said earlier that you rather American woman, but from what I understand, that foreign women treat American men like a king. They treat them better than their wives and spouses because, you know, and I know it's about money, but is it cheaper with a foreign woman that getting treated like a king, or listen, a woman that's American and take bullshit and it's more expensive? I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry.
Well, you're supposed to do what you like. You know, I mean, think about it. I'm 59 years old. I walk in Walmart up to a 19 or 20-year-old girl. She looking at me like I'm crazy.
Right.
But in Dominican Republic, Colombia, Africa, it's no problem. Because so many of those countries, one of the main reasons I always heard, in those countries, it's a lot of jobs that women don't do. So you a man, you got 3 or 4 daughters sitting around the house on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram all day long. They ain't working, but they eating. So you working with a guy, he your age, 50, 60 years old. He say, yeah, man, I'm single. I'm looking for a good woman. Oh, really? You bring that man right on home with you, introduce him to your daughter, and hoping that he marry her. But then you get the benefit of your daughter marrying an American or European. When they come over, my wife gonna cook dinner. Oh, okay, what we having? Well, you need to go to the grocery store and get the groceries. She's cooking it, you buying it. So that's the benefit of you marrying your daughter off. And it's common. You say, well, that's pimping. No, it's not. Your daughter don't have no job. She's sitting around the house. She's doing nothing. So when you find somebody that's interested in it, you know, it's everybody's a winner. The man's a winner, the daughter's a winner, and your family's a winner.
So what I understand is, do you think that, for example, you say you went to Walmart and you see a 19-year-old and you talk to her. So do people look at you like you're a pedophile because you're so much younger?
Well, think about it. Now, if it's your daughter, if it's me and I'm trying to talk to the girl, I ain't no pedophile. But it's when it's my 19-year-old daughter and a 50 or 60-year-old, you get your ass away. What the hell wrong with you? You're a pedophile, you know?
Yeah.
But they say it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
So, but in a foreign country, it's different. It's okay for a 59-year-old to be with 18, as long as legal at age 18. It's okay, and people do not frown up on because she's 18 years old. Mm-hmm. But in the United States, they frown and say, "Oh, she's too young for you. You're a pedophile. Oh, you creepy. Look at that old creepy old man."
But the main reason why they look at it that way because they never been nowhere else. Mm-hmm. If you look at the police report or go on the county jail site, you'll see all these Hispanic guys locked up for indecent liberties with a minor and statutory rape, because that's what they're used to in their country. I think in Mexico they consider the girl grown at 14 or 15 years old. Okay, so you come here from Mexico and you 30 years old and you go to a party, it's a 14 or 15-year-old girl, she's grown to you. But it's illegal in this country, but it's not in their country. So, but that's just how it is.
Yeah, but I just wanted to put to 986 people listening to the broadcast today. Don't go out there and mess with teenagers. Do the right thing. I want to make sure people understand that it's illegal to mess with a child 18. Keep it real, okay?
Wait a minute now.
Under 18, you're going to jail.
Wait a minute now.
18.
It's legal at 16 in North Carolina. 17
but I'd rather 18. 18 is a whole lot better for me. I mean, I'm not for me, but 18 is the way to go to make sure it's legal. That's like pretty much across the board. And that, in the United States, we look at that as creepy. We look at that as what you call it, child predator. But as long as they're 18, it's legal by the law, you can do it. Now, don't go out there and mess with them damn kids. Don't go out there and mess with them kids. If you go out there and mess with those damn kids, they need to cut your dick off.
The views and opinions expressed on The Ruben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God.
All right, welcome back to the show. Just to remind you, I know this is very controversial, remind everybody that April the 21st, I just want to remind everybody, April the 21st, my new book come out, God Doesn't Need Your Money. God isn't collecting, your pastor is. God do not need your damn money. Your pastor needs your money to live a lavish lifestyle. They want to be pimping you out of the church, out on the streets. You got more pimp pastors than the pimps on the streets. So if you ever want to pimp, go into the church. Because the pastors are pimping you.
Ruben,
you better give your money. Yes, sir.
Do you think a pastor should work?
Yeah, he should work. The Bible says you don't eat, you don't work. If you don't work, you don't eat.
Okay, but what if you got a big congregation like the guy out there, what's his name out there in Texas? His daughter took over there.
Bishop T.D. Snake.
Yeah, okay. His church is so big, he got I don't know how many junior pastors and all. So I heard somebody tell me one time that he said that it's his job to go visit the sick and the shut in and the people in retirement homes, and so he don't have time to work.
But
He eat
I don't.
very well.
Yeah, he don't miss a meal. You can tell that by that big stomach he got. But the thing is, there's nothing wrong. And I want to be very clear that people that are listening, there are good churches out there. There are some good churches. There are people out there and the good pastors out there that are doing the right thing. But you have to be careful. You got to pray for discernment. You got to be careful who you're listening to and who you're obeying, because not all pastors are for the right thing. There was a pastor recently, if you just Google it, he was caught in a sex thing with another man. It was a man pastor. Let me be clear. It was a man pastor got caught with another man in a sex thing. And boy, that wasn't a pretty scene, because that man wanted his money from that pastor, and that pastor didn't have no money to give him. He went viral. I gotta look that up on the computer.
Oh, they was in a hotel room.
Yeah, it was in a hotel room.
I think I seen that one. But what about the one? This guy was a big time preacher. I think he was in Texas. I don't know why so many freak preachers in Texas. But anyway, he had molested a young girl, 13, 14 years old. So the woman it's been 30, 40 years ago. She told the church about it. They wouldn't do nothing about it. She kept pushing the issue, and the man finally resigned. But he was, I think he might have been at the people's house and did it in the girl's own house.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on in churches, and that's where the problem come in at. Let's see what's going on here. I want to share this video. I just looked it up just now. Let's share this and see what they're talking about on this pastor.
Undercover operation. Thank you for joining us at 5. I'm Sasha Loftus.
And I'm Denise Valdez. So over the past couple of weeks, the Nevada Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, working with the FBI and several other Southern Nevada police departments, all worked to make these arrests. 8 News Now reporter Nick Summer joining us live from the newsroom with the story of at least one of those accused. He's a pastor, right, Nick?
Over those 2 weeks, undercover officers and federal agents posed online as children, responding to the same messages and media requests that real kids in our community might see. One of the men is 46-year-old Neil Harrison Creasy, a pastor at Redemption Church.
Neil Harrison Creasy appeared in court on August 8th and was booked into the Henderson Detention Center. The next day, he made bail. Investigators say the 46-year-old used a computer to try and lure children for sexual misconduct, which is a felony charge. For the past 5 years, Creasy has rented space inside the Good Samaritan Lutheran Church on West Sahara in Cimarron, where he operates his religious organization, Redemption Church. However, Lutheran church leaders tell 8 News Now Creasy has no affiliation with the Good Samaritan Church and that he is a renter. Don Seaborg with Redemption Church says they were surprised and hurt by the news and say Creasy is no longer serving in his role.
As soon as he got out of jail, within an hour or two, he contacted all of us by a thread message. And we basically confessed and offered his resignation. So we met with him later that morning or that day. And again, he confessed. And of course, we had to accept his resignation effective immediately.
Of the other 7 arrested, authorities say they were meeting a child when they were actually meeting law enforcement. The undercover operation involved multiple agencies, including the FBI, Homeland Security, Metro, Henderson Police, and North Las Vegas.
Wow, that's sad. That's sad. That's sad. So that's bad. That's bad. And they make the church the church looks real bad when you have a pastor, the leader of the flock, doing those bad things. Yeah, we've been here about an hour. Let me just say this right here in my closing. Give me a second.
The views and opinions expressed on The Ruben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
All right, Carson, welcome back. So for those who are just joining us, we had Mr. Carson come in. He's from North Carolina. We talked about a lot of things today. It's about that. We've been here at least an hour, and we talked about a lot of things that I really enjoyed this show today. Today was not a show that was planned. This was like last minute, like an hour, about 2 hours early today. It's just a test out the stream before we go live March the 16th, before we launch out the show. And so this is what the show was about. So we working out the technical issues, the mic, the cameras, the chat, those kind of things that we working out on this show today. So you may see some things that shouldn't be or something. But the way we're talking and the way I'm talking here today, this is where the damn show going to be. It's going to be controversial. I'm not going to hold back. You're welcome to be the guest on the show. And so therefore, this is where it's going to be. And this is really light on me today, the way I'm talking about the, controversial. This is kind of light, but the more we get into it, the more controversial it's going to get. It's going to get more dynamic and more dramatic on the show. And I'm just keeping it real with you. And again, if you don't like it, pack your shit and get the hell out. You tuning in. Charleston, thank you so much for the show today. Thank you for joining me today. And I want to thank I thought about the show about 2 hours ago. The producers say, hey, let's do a dry run on this show just to see how this show is going to run, and let's work out the kinks before the 16th. So this was last minute. We had 988 people that joined and watched this live tonight. And that's damn good. People that knows me, that know I'm very controversial. I talk about the churches, I talk about relationships, and I'm going to continue talking about it. But let's talk about on March the 16th, we're going to talk about threesomes. Should you agree when your partner asks for a threesome? I want to talk about the swingers club too. People going to the swingers club, and joining 4, 5, 6, 8 people all together. They're having what you call a sex fest. I mean, they enjoy themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's your cup of tea, right, that's your cup of tea. I'm not mad at you. Whatever you think you want to do it. Now, whether repercussion is whatever happened, that's on you. If
long as it's legal.
Long as legal. If you do out there and do some legal shit, you're going to the prison or you're going to legal jail. And so just keep it real with you. Okay. So anyone have any questions or comment, please email me, log on to the website, www.RubenArmstrongShow.com. It's a new website, just got up and running. So we're working out the kinks on that too as well. So there's 1 or 2 little things might need to be worked out. Carson, you got any closing comment you want to say tonight?
Nah, you did a good job.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Carson. We're going to be seeing you a lot on the show because we got a lot of shit to talk about.
The views and opinions expressed on The Ruben Armstrong Show are those of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, its host, or affiliates. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is selling God. God doesn't need your money. God isn't collecting. Your pastor is. Available the 21st of April, 2026 in bookstores and online